And we're live. Yes, that's what we're doing. Yeah, it happens from times. It happens from time to time. We go live. It's crazy. Hello. Welcome. Maybe you should just breathe for a little bit. Just chill.
I guess if anyone, if things get real bad, someone just message my cousins and I'm back over here.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot to send you
Yep.
thing.
You sure did.
I mean, you could use the one I already put in the chat, but I'm going to send you a better one.
Okay, you send me a better one. I can do that while we're doing things, so you do that.
Okay.
Yes, hello. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. I still haven't figured out if I want to like call it something special or anything. One day maybe I'll figure that out. No, that is your thing, all right? It's your experience. You can call it that. Anyway, last time on Dungeons and Dragons, the team said goodbye to Nemi in a lovely send away that you can all go and watch on YouTube if you want. But they also went to a murder scene, a supernatural murder scene, to investigate what happened to Domron. It turns out that he he did a little bit of magic to try and he tried to contact Null of some sort, some semblance of Null, and failed in that attempt and ended up contacting the Black Sun and got himself toasted. Yeah. The team there's different reactions to that about the inability to contact gods, specifically death gods, without him appearing. That's fun. Otherwise, they bought some stuff, identified some things. That's about it, really. A lot did happen, but it was mainly in that exploration of the death of Domron. So you should really go and watch the VOD. Anyway, the team has left the confines of Stormledge, and had the gate closed behind them, and are making their way through Shadowsong back the way that they had come in. So, those of you who have been through here before, remember that there are some bullets closer to the town, and further out, closer to the exit, there is a lot of clockworks. So, what is your plan of a exit here?
Are we going to try and sneak past them?
No answers there.
I'm still too like zoned out and trying to breathe right now. I missed most of what just happened.
Yeah, you should absolutely just chill for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows the shit that I do.
Yes. Ailey being stealthy is just part of their thing, so I would say that they would. Is everybody gonna try and sneak it out with Ailey?
Yes. Sure. Why not?
Okay. Roll stealth, please.
Stealth. Where are you? Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Helps.
Haley,
Haley
He's just gone.
disappears
Doesn't
from
care about the rest of
existence.
the party.
I think
Um,
Jun secretly just wants to prove himself in a fight.
Oh, he rolled a strength check, so I don't doubt it.
Yep. That was a straight
Oh, he
check.
did too.
I didn't even notice that. All I saw was the S.
Oh, don't make me laugh. It makes it harder.
Oh dear. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Stealth. That's a little better.
Oh man.
man, I wouldn't
I
mind
just-
doing some more bullet hide.
I just realized how much my plus to my stealth is.
Yeah.
Seeing
Yeah.
that number
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot.
literally just vanished before your eyes.
Hmm. Any spells coming out, or is that you just gonna go with that?
Yeah, that's what we got.
Okay, just sneaking.
I wouldn't mind a fight.
Yeah, I guess that's how it's gonna go.
Alien's not fighting. Alien's gone.
Yeah. Well, you guys make your way through the song. Let me just fix this up real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
It's the second one I sent you. If you're doing what I think you're doing.
No,
Okay.
but I will
never mind.
do that shortly. What I'm doing right now is I was expecting you guys to not want to vote that much, so I'll have to quickly do this. You guys start making your way through the cavern. You do, of course, hear the subtle movements of something going through the dirt around you. Very, very similar to, in fact, almost identical to the bullet that you had previously experienced. A little bit louder, possibly more of them than just one. Do you continue to move as you are, or make any changes? Yes, no?
I know what I could change that.
I'm really talking to the people who have the options.
Kind of walking through again? What are we doing?
Well, is anyone
It's just walking down in a cave, basically. You've got...
want me to make any changes, or?
Hi bitches, that's about as much as the alien.
Yeah, the alien doesn't care. Continues to stealth.
Gone.
Yeah, we don't know where Ailey is.
Potentially lost. Well, they do have dark vision, so.
Well, luckily there isn't much moving off of the path here. This path just goes all the way out to the waterfall. So
What do they do? They're leaving to go back somewhere, are they?
yes, you've left
When-
Storm Ledge. You are going back to get your horses so that you can return to Hirogu to tell Wayclaw. Yes, this is the way you came up. Yes,
Jesus, how long have our horses just been sitting there?
couple
Yeah,
of days.
magical, but also there's
Yeah.
grass. I made sure there was grass. And water.
Yes, you did.
Because I now remember that other than flying through the waterfall, being like, hey guys, look at this. I was then not there the next session, but how everyone got in. So.
Yes.
Man,
So what happened with that?
if only only been in here 4 days.
Really?
Oh,
Oh.
A lot longer.
No, it's been
So
4
much
days.
has happened.
I feel like it was a little
You
bit
just
longer than
you
that,
said
wasn't
4
it?
days. That's
No,
why
I
I'm
said a
like,
couple
what?
of. I said a couple of days. It's been
Oh.
at least. I'll check.
A week.
Well, we did leave at one point and came back, so it depends.
Yeah,
on
you
what
have gone and come back a couple of times as well. It's been about 6 or 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
Because it was like a couple of days' journey to even get to the mountain, right?
yes. So it's been
I mean, inside the mountain.
Oh,
yeah, inside the mountain. It's been at least 6 days.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
No, inside the mountain. It's only been 4 or 5. Yeah, but it's been a couple of days since you left Taroga for sure. So it's been a while since you've seen a lot of people from outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, well, with no changes made.
Well, I mean, I was just sort of like, is anyone asking me to make changes?
Yeah, did you want to cast Pass Without a Trace? I mean, Jun doesn't know that you have that, so...
Is that just for me to cut out? Is that everybody?
No, it was just you. So, pass without a trace.
Well, one moment. Because I messed up my thing.
Cool. So, yep, that brings everyone up sufficiently. So, you do manage to pass by the sound of bullet making their way through the dirt, and it definitely definitely sounds like there were a few of them. Yeah, you've definitely avoided.
Any fights? Zombies.
Yes, but not particularly easy to fight.
So?
You would have been down a person.
Well, maybe.
Haley totally would not have gone back. She would probably already be in her horse by now, you know. She'd just be like, alright, we're sneaking, and would have just gone.
Hmm.
Probably even flew. Like,
Yep.
excited to see her horse again.
Yeah.
Cover
Let's
it
get
in
out
more
of-
elven glitter.
Anyway,
And also to be outside again, kind of, because it was starting to feel a bit cramped flying-wise.
yes. Anyway, Varys, can I get you to make a perception check actually while it's happening?
Absolutely.
As you're passing by this. Okay. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You got fucking shitloads of that. Yeah. One of them that you pass by, that you hear, moving in the dirt around you as you make your way through the tunnel. It is extremely large. It is either a whole host of small ones, like all digging together, or a ginormous bullet, like far bigger than the one that you guys fought.
What do they look like
Oh,
again?
shit.
They look like,
Are you gonna put it on stream?
yeah, I'll put it on the thing.
Gonna
Looks like that.
describe it?
Ooh.
It
Does it
is.
have like an
It's-
elephant-sized one?
It's.
Oh, now I'm gonna like refresh again because of how you know it now always like.
It's not on you. It's not on stream. It's on. It's literally in the game. I put it in there for you.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like a land shark.
Land shark!
Yeah, but with armor.
Yeah, heavily armored.
Talked
Full
about
skin.
street sharks or something.
Well, that's just it. Like, so
Yeah,
so
I'm
sharks.
sure that was
Sharks don't really like their texture is sort of like armor, but you know, like in a water sense, you know, helps streamline for that. So it's very similar. It's extremely similar to a shark, and the fact
I
that it's
mean-
got armor for swimming through the dirt.
To be
True.
fair, it's more like a land placoderm.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Armored fish.
Anyway,
I only know about squids. I don't know much about any other. But
of course. Anyway, you make it past those and start to see where it turns back from. So the way that Shadow Song, the path that you're on works, is, and as you've experienced it previously, when you entered the first off, it was like clinical, like cut well, very much designed this way as a like many of the ruins that you've seen, becomes like the ruin with more metal shapes, and that's where the clockworks mainly were, is where it is like a ruin where there's lots of metal and workings and that sort of stuff, and then it transforms back into, slowly changes back into being like a dirt path cave sort of thing that leads all the way back to Shadow Song, where it becomes again more like the sort of metallic-y ruiny sort of thing where you get back to the city. So you move past all of the dirt part, which you imagine is probably like that because of constant bullet excursion, and you know, them redigging it out whenever they needed to get out until they stopped using that entrance, of course. You make your way through all of that and end up back into the metallic-y section, which does denote the possibility of clockworks. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to continue stealthing, or you wanna fight those? There was specifically a room that you will have to pass through that has a lot of them in the midst of seemingly constructing stuff, but instead of like you had in the fabrication station where stuff was going somewhere, a lot of it was just piling up and basically recycling itself and then being redone constantly. Like the clockworks are in a constant state of repairing themselves.
I mean, I'd sneak past.
Yeah, but-
like Ailey would definitely have just
So previously you had gone invisible for that.
Yeah.
So just gonna stealth it?
What? We're either gonna hit them first from the get-go or attempt to stealth it first? Like, I don't see how we have much to lose with stealthing.
Okay.
Can Jun listen to try and determine how many there are? Because he hasn't been this way before.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Let's roll the right check this time.
He just likes to flex his muscles.
He looks really stupid doing it too, because he rolled a 9 on the strength check. He's not a muscly boy.
No.
Like tweaked his back slightly when he did it.
Oh boy. There is about 6 in the room that you come up to, that you can make out. Let me just... Frick. Yes.
I have to roll another stealth from like Ailey going past, or is it the same stealth?
It will be the same stuff for you.
Oh, how high does that make Ailey's like 41 or something?
What do you mean?
Path without the
Oh yeah, with past out of the trace, but you ran off, so you don't get it.
I don't know. I feel like that's just evening the playing field.
Yep. So let me put you guys in the right position here for this. Oh, that's not handy. Oh dear.
It's like, are they able to even look up to see Ailey?
This has old tokens on it. Hold on, just so I can update these tokens so I can get the right shit out. There we go. Huh. That's interesting. Oh no, that makes more sense. You guys haven't entered the room yet, so you don't see stuff that's in there. Okay. So on the other side of the mechanical room to where you were last time, yeah. So Ailey's probably actually right up at the front.
Don't forget to add the whole, like, 30 feet or whatever it is.
Are you flying as well, are you?
Yeah, she would have flown as fast. That's why she would be so far ahead of everyone. She would have flown as fast as she could, but may have like stopped here, being like, "Ah, shit, do I keep going?" I mean, she would have tried to keep going, so I don't know if you want to put her like in the middle of the room, away from everyone else, because she would have attempted to just keep going.
Well, with a 31 stealth, you do make it to the end of the room.
But she would have waited there, being like, "Oh, what if the others don't make it past? Will they hurry up?" Like,
Yes.
forgetting how much faster she is from flying.
Yes. So, you can all see Ailey at the end of the room. Well, those of you who have who can see that far, anyway.
Yeah, knowing about this area as well, I've turned off my light source.
Okay, you'll turn off your license.
Mm-hmm.
You've got nothing right now.
Yeah.
You gonna hold on to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're black and white.
Okay. I can't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys are
That works.
black and white while you're in the outside zone.
Okay.
The padding. Codswallop sees in black and white though.
Well, not black and white, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's he sees in monochrome. There you go.
Again, no.
No.
They don't see just one color. It's just reduced.
Okay.
It's kind of like muddy, like colorblind people often will see.
Well, that's not an option for the texture of his color that I can set, so he's got monochrome currently.
Yeah. Sorry, I was being needlessly picky.
Anyway, what are you four doing to get through this room?
I guess we're gonna sneak through, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fast or slow?
I think we should sneak fast.
Fast sneaking.
Fast sneaking.
Speed
Yep.
sneak.
And like low and
Oh, cool.
And Ailey's just hovering there, like, what the hell are they doing?
I mean, unless you guys want me to be doing some shit with spice again, let's get going.
Okay.
Let's go for
Nope.
Codswallop
Sorry.
became one.
Alright, I was moving you.
Still
Is-
Sorry.
Is Jin gonna move out from the group, or was that what you were doing?
I kind of figured we would like hide and that's how we would stealth. But
Yeah, from like column to column.
Yeah. there isn't really a lot of rooms for you to like sort of like slink in behind something and slink behind something else. You've sort of just got to make it across the middle of this room as
As quietly and undetectedly as possible, and just hope they don't look at us.
pretty much. I mean, most of
Okay.
them seem like they are doing stuff. You get, to basically in front of the one that's over here, and it doesn't look up from what it's doing. So you gain some confidence in that. Do you make the move to the next section?
Mhm.
Okay. Get to the center. Getting pretty close to a clockwork, for your liking, but yeah.
We
Yep.
could sneak further to the left.
Yeah, you get a little bit closer to the left, sure.
Yeah.
Passing through the eye of the needle right now. Still doesn't seem to be much action from any of them.
Are you just rolling for like each of them to see if they notice anyone?
I'm doing something.
He's doing secret DM things.
Doing secret DMs. Are you moving on to the next section?
Yes.
Yep.
You make it to about here. When this one turns away from the mechanism and starts to move over towards you at a walking pace.
No.
Oh, it's walking?
Yeah.
Oh. These things were in like a blind run the last time they were trying to attack us, right?
Yes.
Yes, but also very Terminator.
We
Yep.
can keep
It
going.
appears to be
Yeah.
holding its tools in its hand. You gonna keep moving?
Yeah. If
Okay.
it's walking, we can just run.
I'm out.
Okay. So you're just gonna start sprinting?
Yo,
Yes.
Okay. Everybody? Well, you've got to carry fucking Ferris with you, so you bolted it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Codzollet will follow suit. Jen?
Yeah, Jin's gonna run too. He's not gonna be left in there by himself with 6 clockworks.
All right. You run all the way out of there.
It's kind of like watching this happen, being like, did Joe's thing work on these ones too? What is
like,
going on?
turn back. Is it following us?
It is turned towards you, but it is not. Does not seem to be following in your direction.
It's hilarious if these do not care about us whatsoever. We've gone to such lengths.
Ailey's gonna like yell out as they're coming toward because she's given up on it too. And be like, Varys, just talk to them.
What?
You can talk tool stuff, right?
No,
You do the tinkering.
the ability to tinker does not mean that I am made of metal or know their language.
They might speak common.
But you were like super good friends with Joe, so maybe they're like, you know, you're
Okay.
cool or something.
Alright, I'll just turn around and wave to the construct.
Well, you can't see it. You have no idea
Okay.
what's going on.
Like wave.
You're just in a
Fine.
general way trajectory.
Yeah, I just know that they are all in that direction, so I just give like a bigger wave. I
Okay.
mean, I can't see shit, so I can't. You're all gonna have to look and see if any of them respond.
Okay. I'm looking.
Ailey's like, I got the bird's eye view. She's still like hovering rather than
Yeah.
on the
Um,
ground.
God.
You don't trust no one.
are you able to see things right now, Varys?
I can see things. Yes.
That's not supposed to happen.
I mean, I can see the whole page. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able
I
to see
can-
the whole page.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
the whole thing.
same.
Yeah. Why can you see the whole page?
sure.
There we go.
Oh. I mean, it's changed all the colours, for sure.
Let's change the colours. That's not what I want either.
Well, it is darker in general. Like, I can still see everything, though.
I'm guessing this is how the whole, like, after a certain extent, like, I'm supposed to be able to see the color.
Yeah, you're supposed to see black after a certain point. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
I can see
So,
outlines of where, like,
yeah.
In
balls
black
and
and white
things
now.
are.
So those of you who are seeing in dark vision, you see it as black and white. If there was light, then you would see. So yeah, because dark vision only gives you. So when
Grey.
yeah, when Varys had the night vision, like the actual night vision potion that he was drinking, that would have given him full color vision as night vision as well. But you guys have just natural dark vision, which without light you can still see dimly, but it's all in black and white. Well, it's like a dog sees in that sort of soupy mix.
It's not quite as bad as night vision cameras.
Yes, it's probably a little bit better than a night vision camera. Of course, Jin's got even better dark vision, so they see a little bit more than you guys.
Not that anybody knows that.
No, they just assume that you see regular night vision stuff. Anyway, you make it out into the cave, still with no clockworks following behind you.
Wait, so none of them reacted to the wave? Is that what
No, none of them reacted to the wave either. The one that had turned towards you continues to walk across the across the room as though you weren't even there, but did turn to face you still. So seemingly noticed you coming through because he turned as you guys ran off and continued to follow you, but does not seem concerned by your presence. Makes his way over here, does some more stuff, and then makes his way back over.
Nice.
No need for snaking.
Seemingly not.
With friend.
Who knows? Anyway, you guys make your way through the cave system, back out of there, all the way outside to a raging waterfall coming over the exit. To Jun, it seems like it's completely barring your path, but the rest of you know better.
Nikki! Nikki! Where are you?
Oh wait, so Jin just sees like these terrifying death horses? And
Yeah,
like,
so well first off
how does Jin react to that
Hold on.
before
Firstly-
he starts running?
Hold on.
Firstly, you're seeing a giant waterfall coming down an exit to this place, and sees Thoricus leap out of the waterfall, like leap into it and just disappear.
And Ailey just flies through
Yeah,
it.
Ailey just fly through it. So I imagine it's like, okay, this is fine, and makes their way out, and then they see 4 skeletal horses standing in the middle of a field, you know, with some trees and stuff around. It's in the middle of on the side of the river, where the waterfall is falling into. And because it's been a few days and the horses haven't moved at all, moss has started to grow up their hooves, as they are
Ailey will
just
be like, oh, those are some fabulous shoes you're going in while we're keeping going.
yeah.
And would like start to put some of the elven glitter on the moss on
Yeah.
the hooves.
And it's not until you approach and touch them that they become animated again and act like actual horses.
one of the horses has a big old sheet over it.
It still does.
Yeah, that's
Well,
like
actually, no.
old.
After this, the sheet has clearly fallen away, and like it's gotten stuck on part of it. Well, it's gotten stuck on part of the horse, but it hasn't fallen away entirely. And then like it's all dirty and it's got mud all run up to it, and it's very clearly gotten wet and just nasty.
Varys just sighs and then takes the sheet off it.
Yep.
Hello.
I'm immediately cleaning Nikki's hooves and picking them out.
Fair enough.
Ailey will attempt to imitate the picking of the hooves, but not the cleaning off of the moss, because Ailey thinks that's stylish. But
You have
like,
proficiency
oh,
in animal handling. You wouldn't relatively know it. What
I mean, that's
ish
a
to do with a horse?
skill.
No. You would know enough to. In this
well,
in this
like, you would
time,
know enough to
having
know that it's a
sources.
thing that needs to be done, and so
Not necessarily. Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily.
Does.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be skilled at it, but
Yeah, but she would see Thoricus doing it and know that it's a thing that should be done, and be like, Thoricus has got to know how to do it right? So it would just like, because as far as Ailey's concerned, Thoricus seems to know lots about animals, so she'll just start imitating how Thoricus is doing it, and like
Fair enough.
whenever else she's watched someone else do it.
Which is particularly funny because I'm like just trying to do it with a knife, but I'm not
Yep.
Ailey's got
particularly
lots of
worried.
knives. Yeah.
I'm not particularly worried because there's literally no flesh in the hoof.
Yeah.
yeah,
All
that
you're doing is picking stuff out of the bone and hoof.
that is it. Yeah. No, it's
It's
not
like-
even.
We would just be like,
Yeah,
this is
it is not
great. Yeah.
not live nail anymore. It is
Yeah,
it is
so,
complete.
So that's why I'm so like, I can do this. I don't need anyone else. But Ailey's like, yes, this is correct.
Yes.
This is what we do.
So, what is Jin's reaction to seeing these three go up and start pampering their skeletal horses?
Especially because don't both Thoricus and Ailey have like fire names or something on theirs, but Thoricus is like particularly intense.
Well, yours is covered in glitter. Ailey's. They don't set on fire until you actually melt them,
Yeah.
because it seems to be a feature of your presence on them granted by
Yeah, I
Jamie,
would've-
as opposed
It's not as
to
if we touched them, like, we mounted them.
no, you have to be on them for it to do that, so they don't set fire to things.
Jin, he's kind of not really like at some point as the group were walking towards these horses, he kind of stopped and just stared, and so everyone else has kind of left him, behind as they've gone up to these horses, and he's kind of a little bit in awe and a little bit confused. And he's going to say, what kind of steeds do you call these?
I've forgotten the name of Ailey's one, but she'd be like, whatever the nickname was, she'd be like, "It's Jacket," that kind of. What did she call hers in the end?
I have it here.
The actual names, and then she had a nickname for it.
I have it here somewhere.
Yeah, they
Hold
all
on.
had nicknames.
Horses. Well, there's little Nikki.
Yeah.
There's Ellie, and there's
I
Meg.
think that's Ailey's one. Was
Yes, Ellie. Meg and Headwise is the fourth one.
Yeah, so Ailey would just be like, "This is Ellie."
And Headwise is like built different. It's a stronger bone structure on him.
More like a Clydesdale.
Yeah, certainly built to carry more weight.
Mm-hmm.
These are our horses, granted by a good friend of ours.
Granted. How does
Yes.
one grant a steed?
Why?
Ailey
How
just
do you
stares
usually
at
get the?
Theridius and like goes, just like makes a giant awkward wink, and that's about like as much as Ailey involves herself in the conversation.
The normal way.
They're magical horses.
Well, I got that much.
Yes.
Am I to ride one of these?
Yes. Sure. I mean, unless you'd rather walk, I mean, that's fine.
Oh, and he kind of gets a bit like blustery, like, oh no, of course not. And
If you are afraid of the horse, that's okay.
You can also fly.
Afraid of a horse.
Ailey forgets that only she can fly.
How do you propose that June does that, Riley?
Grow some wings? I don't know.
Juna's gonna look suspiciously at her when she says that, and just scoff, and approach the fourth horse that has not yet been
Headwise.
Headwise?
headwise.
Okay.
Someone should probably tell Jin that their name is Headwise. Ailey definitely would not know.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Thoracus or Varus would not remember.
Yeah.
Well, as Jin approaches Headwise, they appear to reanimate. As it seems that you've been given subletting rights on these horses. Essentially, you're allowed to say this one is for somebody else, which you've experienced this enough now that you've handed this horse off to a couple of people. So
Oh, tried to.
tried to, but in saying so, in saying that to Jin, it appears the horse becomes theirs as they approach, and it animates and appears to act like a regular horse. Brushes its head up against Jin, sort of
So he's
compassionately.
he likes Jin.
Yeah, seemingly.
This giant undead horse skull just trying to be affectionate.
Yeah.
Jin is going to like come in close and pet the horse's skull and like start talking to it very quietly, but like facing away from the rest of the group because he doesn't want them to see him being tender to the horse.
Even though it's literally what all of them are doing.
Yeah. That's literally everyone is doing right now. It's being tender to a skeletal horse.
Despite this, do I notice Jin being tended towards his horse?
I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Ailey wouldn't be bothering to care to look.
No, you don't.
Yep, my horse is the only one that matters right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But Varus probably does though.
I feel like with my passive perception, I hear that.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything though.
What is... I
So.
forget what my passive perception is. It's not very high, I don't think.
I mean, mine's 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that you two definitely had higher passive perception than me.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
passive perception is listed in the attributes section.
Yeah. Your passive perception is 11.
Attributes, I don't see.
So perception, it's in brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one in brackets at the end.
So we
is your
roll,
passive
and
perception.
then, yeah, grey.
Yeah.
If you hover over it, it'll come up with passive perception.
Wait, what? Okay. I think too many were speaking at once. So what?
Sorry.
What am I hovering over?
So, where you roll perception, and it's in black, if you travel along that same line, there's some grey numbers at the end. in
Oh,
brackets.
see, yeah, mine's
That's
11.
that's the passive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's 11.
Yeah. Varys is 20.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Passive deception is 20,
yes.
and my passive
Casual.
stealth is
You're
21.
casual.
Passive deception
My
and
passive
persuasions.
persuasion is also 20.
Passive stealth is 21.
Hey, even my animal handling and athletics passiveness is at 15.
That's because you have your proficiencies up. Yeah.
I feel like we don't use our passives very often, and we tend to roll more poorly than our passives.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because that's fun.
Because then people do dumb shit.
Hey, I mean, her religion is still at 10. And same with her nature and investigation. She's got no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And
It's okay.
I usually let
nature.
the passive thing for a lot of things just dictate whether or not I will even bother to make you roll things.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So past a certain threshold, I'll be like, let's see if you can succeed. Otherwise, you just normally fail on some things. Or those with high passive perception, and certain things like that. I'll just say you get this base information if you want. If you want to go further, then you can roll for that.
Yeah, well, that was
That sort of
how
stuff.
Varys was spotting those hidden wall doors, right?
Exactly. It was you were passively seeing that there was something different, and then checking to actually get the information.
Varys
That sort of
is
stuff.
just entirely eyeball.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I like to think that it's canon the fact that Ailey's passive intimidation is only 12 is because they see this big hulking figure, and then there's just something about the way it moves that they're like, he seemed really dumb, non-threatening.
Yes,
Carry on.
that's accurate.
I mean, I love how accurate mine is at 10, despite my looks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
I'm a
Intimidation.
nerdy dick.
Intimidation needs to be a different equation. It needs to be related to constitution and strength
And
in some
not
way.
charisma.
Well, it should also be charisma, but that's what I mean. Like, it should change. It should be like it should be like a spell save sort of thing where it changes depending on your class.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it should change based on a lot of different things. Anyway, yeah, I usually change the DC on it depending on who's talking.
Ailey's so dumb is why she's so good at persuasion and deception.
Yes.
Because
I just don't
They're just
believe
like,
that
fucking
anyone should be
sure,
that
whatever.
stupid. Anyway,
yeah.
so please,
Roll with perception.
no, please tell me where you're going from here. You groom your horses, you speak sweet nothings at them. What are you doing currently? It is probably like mid to late morning by the time you guys have left. It is a nice sunny day, which is a change from when you were last here. When it was quite wet. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, are we in a hurry?
You I mean, you guys said that you would. Whiteclaw
Yeah.
said to you guys that you had basically 48 hours to figure out something and get back to stop outright war from happening.
Way longer.
It has been a lot longer than that.
You don't
I feel like we don't have to.
Alright, we're taking that chip or whatever to prove that they were ciphering magic, right?
Yes, you're taking a magic crystal.
The crystals, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Chip.
They'll be like, in that
The
case, like,
data chip.
we were kind of in there a little bit longer, right? Like, do you think Wayclaw's still in the city? Would he have gone to join the like?
He's not a front lines man.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
Would
he's
Fanny
also.
Boo Boo know where to find him and get him to sort of tell us where we should be going, maybe? Where is she?
Yes.
Huh? And, like, Ailey will be like looking around, like,
I just
being like,
I just open like the very front of my tunic and just flash Fanny Boo at her.
oh, hi, Fanny Boo! And then I guess John will be like, what the fuck?
I keep her close to my chest.
Flash my fanny boo at her.
Fanny Boo
Oh.
the hoo-hoo, everybody.
Jun is vaguely amused. He's, you know, a teenage boy in a slightly bigger body.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean we could, but for all we know, it'll take quite some time for Fanny Boo to get to him and back.
But,
Oh,
like,
we-
we could start moving in a direction in the meantime.
You did
Maybe
get a ring of sending,
Yes.
and you have a spell scroll of sending.
That's not a
No.
cool
idea what that
owl.
means.
That isn't a cool owl. You're correct. And the ring isn't like doesn't like let you cast it at will from memory. You need to attune to it, and it's 1 per short rest.
It does
But that
seem
means-
like time is of the essence here.
I'm not unattuning from my bow.
We can use the scroll if we want. Because we still have to get to wherever we're going, we still have to travel and we might have to fight things.
Yes, and then someone can attune to the ring as we go, I suppose.
Yes. It would, yes. The spell scroll is immediate. We'd still have to wait at least an hour for the attunement process to work.
We never get to just do some nice fishing.
I mean, you're welcome to fish right now if you want.
Everyone else is like, let's get on the road, and I'm like, the outdoors.
Not
Bailey's
the rocky
like-
indoors.
Ailey wants to get back as fast as possible to Wakelaw to kind of like see if they can get some kind of like, I'm a dragon now. Because of their like being polymorphed into a dragon and how they think they're fucking cool now for that.
Yeah.
I think Wakelaw's gonna be able to pick up on that
Yep.
and then like finally adopt them.
But why would you need Wakelaw to adopt you if you're a cool badass dragon all by yourself?
Because the dragons still need the other dragons to be their mentors. And
Weak.
Ailey's mom is scary, so like she needs a new mom, and Wakelaw is the first one she found.
Ailey's just imprinted
She's-
on every
yeah.
dragon.
Basically, that is her whole thing, is that she's like, you're my new mommy, even though you're not a mom. That is the whole weird thing.
Even though
like, we
all
keep
of these
forgetting.
dragons have been holding you by the forehead away from them.
That's because they know what's going on.
They
Yeah,
see
because the other dragons probably know what like if they've dealt with half dragons before, they know that that's a half dragon's obsession is to extend into a real dragon. So
We know.
It is. It is.
Jun
They
is...
Oh,
were
dear.
those couplings.
Oh.
Oh,
when the dragon parents don't abandon them, or like when there's like enough family stuff, they're all fine. But Ailey unfortunately was raised in a commune of half dragons having dragon, half dragon babies, and it's just a fucking mess.
It's a bit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
literally.
Jun is very keen to get underway and start making life harder for this black sun god fuckwit.
But yeah, Ailey just wants
Yeah.
to get on the
Nice.
road because Ailey wants to find Wakelaw. So
So pretty much
Ailey's
everyone wants to get on the
probably
road.
already mounted the horse and started like just walking off in the direction she thinks they came from. And it's
Ailey,
just
you're
like,
going the wrong way.
Back towards the waterfall.
Yeah, it's just like walking into the water on the horse. Oh, come back here.
Was there a train this way?
No.
I'm sure we found another train station, right?
No.
No?
I don't think so. Not here.
No.
I will use the spell scroll of sending.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless anyone else wants to do that.
Well, Jun has no business doing that because he doesn't know Wayclaw.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. So,
Or do you really want me talking to Waco?
No, but yeah, fair enough. I will do it.
ba-ba-ba-ba.
I think for that it's just that.
Yep. So, don't worry about the fucking scroll bullshit.
Pretty sure sending is on the list anyway. Not sure.
You send a short message, 25 words or less to a creature that you are with familiar. So,
God.
25 words.
Can I type it up?
Sure. if that will make it easier for you. While they are casting and managing that spell, do you want to go fishing, Thoracus?
Sorry?
Do you want to go fishing while
Yeah.
they're doing that?
Yeah, if I can.
All right.
I want to fish.
Roll me survival check here.
Did it roll?
That is
There we go.
rolling.
Ah, I rolled pretty poorly this time.
Well,
I have to make something.
yeah. I mean, you fashion a sort of bow fishing essentially, which is what this will be for you.
Tying a rope to an arrow. Yep.
Essentially, yeah. You've got some twine that you can use. I will get you to make an attack roll as well with your bow.
With my bow?
Yep.
With my bow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't hit anything.
How long is that?
Well, we've got until until Varys types out his stuff.
Okay.
So
Go
let's just keep doing it.
Do I just do more on my bow or survival again?
Roll another survival.
Jun is just
Cool.
scowling at her like, come on, we need to go.
We also need fresh food. Basically,
Right.
frickin' ration.
So you feel you feel a tug on. So as you fire into the river, your twine goes taut, and then you feel it tug away. Roll a strength check to reel that sucker in. Not bad, not bad. All right, you pull this arrow using all of your might, and you see it thrashing above the water, whatever fish that you've caught, and eventually you manage to just give it one last heave and pull it all the way out of the water and onto the embankment. You have caught a pretty large salmon.
Hi. Wait, what season is it?
It's
Season, clearly.
Well, salmon in the river. Is it spawning? Is it a female?
it.
Skelly.
Yes.
How do you spell Haruga again?
Hero.
Hirogar?
I believe so.
Hero gear.
Yeah. with a G-E-R.
G-E-R.
G-E-R. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kiwis.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Spring through April is normal in this world. So you would know. Roll a nature check for me.
Okay.
It is a female though. Yes. From the looks of it, and from what you know about salmon mating, which isn't a lot, that it's probably salmon
So they
season.
run in the spring.
Yeah, it's you know enough that they usually, this is usually around the time that they would do mating and stuff, but it seems like it's late enough that this salmon is probably finished that part of its
Oh,
life
no,
cycle.
don't tell me that. That's disgusting. No, it means it's a zombie salmon. It'll taste like absolute ass, and there's no point. I might as well fucking throw it back.
Yeah.
There's no eggs.
Pretty much.
Well, then throw it
Which
back.
means that I definitely should have at least caught something on that last throw, because they're basically just dead in the water. You just pick one off the rocks. What is the point?
There's you're at a waterfall right now, so it's mainly the water rushing that is helping them get downstream.
You know they go upstream to mate, right?
They've finished that part.
They come back,
Yeah, and then they
right?
die.
Yeah, so that they're just coming down the water. That's why they're like, yeah,
It's just been momentum that's catching them onto the hook. They're not
yeah,
biting.
basically.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I'm completely disgusted. And in all honesty, I would have seen that and not done it.
You had fun.
Because, ew. Also, we should definitely move away from this river, or we might get eaten by a bear.
That definitely comes out in the
already,
nature check.
like headed off, so I don't know. So she wasn't going in a particularly fast pace on the horse.
And everyone was trying to
Like,
correct.
where the bones back in.
Everyone was trying to correct where you were going.
She corrected and she continued on.
Can we find your meat on its happen? We're safe. Are you safe for a bit? Varys, you hear in your head a message from Wakelore shortly after. You can find me in Rodoger in our normal place. Things are still relatively safe for you, as far as I can tell. Discuss more when we see each other.
Okie dokie. I will relay that to the rest of the party. We'll get on our way.
Did Ailey hear how far
I
ahead
let
she...
Oswald have the fish.
He loves it.
Food is food for him.
There's no accounting for taste.
Yep, food is food, buddy. Haley, you don't get far because everyone was telling you to, change direction constantly.
And also to come back to the group, don't wander off on your own.
Exactly.
No, Andy, come back here.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Ailey's like, but we've got to get the horse all like moving and stuff again before we send it on a long trip.
I don't think that's...
I mean, you do it, you do move it around in a circle around everybody for a little bit, so that's enough. But anyway, you all mount up. Do you throw a fresh sheet over?
I don't have any fresh sheets.
Oh no!
I put one of the cloaks. Wait, didn't we?
Oh, the school
Did we not?
uniforms. Do we still-
Congratulations, you've been inducted into the.
the robe adjusts to the size of the hole.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god. I thought we might have left them with Nemi, but I mean, this is way funnier.
Oh, we might have actually.
They're still in the bag of holdings. So.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I think
We
we
probably
did end up
left
going
some
back.
with her and took the rest with us type deal.
Yeah, I thought you were planning on leaving half behind so that you could sneak in at some point. So there you go. I'll leave half them for now. But There you go.
So it should be
Yeah, it's still
basically
one
one
each.
each and maybe a couple of spears.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had 8 in total.
Yeah, so I've halved them. Anyway, you whacked
So you've
that
made
on.
your one on the horse.
Yeah. Because it's the one that changed shape previously, so.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Before he mounts up, Jin is going to unsummon his packed blade, but he's going to like do a fancy flip with it, and try and summon it partway through, so it looks like it's disappearing into his arm.
Alien's
Okay.
not watching at all and is already like on the way leaving.
Yep.
Don't know
Varys
about
is
the
watching.
others.
Varys can
Watching.
Varys, can you roll an Arcana check for me?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I was on the bag of holding stats. I wondered why I had an Arcana +0.
Yeah. So you've seen this sort of transformation of things before, from the gun that
Elamine?
the Elamine had. That stands out to you as something to be notable of.
Do I have to roll anything for the fancy
Um,
tricks?
I mean, your provision of that. Let me look. Hold on. You're proficient at using that stuff. I mean, you are relatively dexterous, but no, you don't have any like acrobatics or anything. So roll a. No, you're a charisma based thing. Roll a performance check.
Okay.
They would definitely play into it.
Oh, that's right. Like, from my understanding so far, John is almost like the edgy dartboard version of like Ailey's himbo, right?
Kind of.
So actually there are 2 himbos.
There's a lot of himbo energy going on.
But one is pretending not to be a himbo, and the other one is like so himbo that
One
like
has embraced
what?
it so fully that they're appearing on the other end of the himbo spectrum.
Yeah. Anyway.
Never too many himbos.
Yeah. So there's this cool, like, you know, I don't know if any of you have seen Soul Eater before, but Maka does this thing with the soul scythe, like spinning it around in a circle, sort of like that, and then Jude flicks it up, and then as it's like about to like be caught, it slinks down and just disappears into their arm.
I'm kind of like, that does sound cool, and it sounds like if Ailey was watching, she would attempt to do something similar with this
You're so gonna
She
cut
can't,
yourself
like,
later.
Summon it or anything, but she'd be like trying to work out the trick.
Well, luckily you didn't see it.
I'd already said she wasn't watching.
Yes.
Next time, like, John does something like that, Ailey will.
Varys very quietly
Right,
says,
it's a
I'm glad that Ailey didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just a slight
Yeah.
nod of approval. Yeah.
But anyway, Varys is helped back on to his horse.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Thoracus mounts their horse, and the flames emblazon along the tips of its spine and as a mane. And you all watch as Jin now mounts their horse. And a curious thing happens, very similar to the inflaming that happens on all of your horses.
Does Varys' one have flames?
No.
I don't think so.
You didn't have any magical ability when this started up, and you've been covering it with a sheet the whole time, so you don't know what's been going with that.
True.
Actually, now Varys does have magical abilities.
He does now,
You do.
but
Anyway,
he covered it with a cloak, so doesn't know. Anyway, Jin's horse seems to unfurl out shadow out of its ribcage that sort of flows off of it like a cloak, similar to what's currently going on with Varys' one, but it extends out further and further until it becomes like shadowy dragon wings that fold back up to, to where they would sit on a horse, on a Pegasus like creature, appearing like shadowy skeletal wings.
Haven't seen that before. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
I presume that right now Varys is being like, please, Ailey, not turn around. Please, Ailey, not turn around.
Yeah, pretty
Whatever
much.
gods are out there, please, Ailey, not turn around.
Yeah, Ailey can never see this.
Varys is entirely fine with it because Ailey's attention span is enough that they're going to get distracted by everything in front of them rather than behind.
That's true.
Yeah, like,
That's true. Anyway, now that you're all mounted,
Really stop to rest. That's the problem.
just start making your way to Haruga.
Really?
It's crazy.
You know
You're
what
mounted! What do you want from me? Man, before, when I had the notes section just up constantly for the whole beginning of this, I realized quickly, and then started shifting away from it, that there was always on here, under these notes, there is the dwarf with the cum gutters just listed. So
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with what I say, all right?
that's just the name of that episode.
Exactly.
In my head.
This ripped old monk.
Yep, with cum
Oh,
guts.
that's right. I forgot.
How did you forget about that?
How do you forget about cum gutters? Anyway,
I remembered the dwarf was ripped, but that was about it.
I
anyway.
don't know how you hear ripped and remember that, but don't remember cum gutters.
I mean, you're talking to the asexual of the group.
Yeah,
You could grind meat on them. Anyway, you now that you are all on your horses, you make your way down the river and back on to the road. The first thing you notice is that the road has been a lot more used than it was previously. It was mainly a pretty like overtaken dirt road, essentially. Like it wasn't used as much as the road between Cowden and Haroga had been. And it was through a forest as well, so it did end up being quite overgrown before. But now it is extremely well pressed. Like there's been a lot of traffic through here recently, and not like just yeah, not just
We tell like armor, kind of army marching, or just normal kind of lots of people escaping.
well. Thrakus is going to be the best person to answer that with a survival check,
okay.
and you'll have advantage on that in this area.
Yes, because of the forest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, lots of marching armies, for sure, and lots of heavy armor, lots of carriages also carrying quite a heavy load. Yeah, there's been just a whole lot of stuff through here, all of the above.
Like I expected when we saw those people before we made it to the mountain.
Yes.
War has come.
So you tell us that war has arrived.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Alright, Ailey is very pissed and wants to go faster because she's like, war equals a lot of orphans and a thing about kids, so yeah.
That's fair.
He's gonna start moving faster towards the wherever, like, she's just gonna follow the road because, you know, she doesn't actually know where they're going, but this is where everyone else pointed her towards, so
Yep.
she's just gonna go.
Cool. We start heading off towards Haroga.
Mhm.
No stops, just go. It does start to... The sun starts to set. As, you know, you guys went without lunch or
Really
anything.
notice this.
Well, everyone else would probably tell you if they're going to stop.
That's true.
But it is... yeah. Guys, don't stop for lunch, so you make a good long distance. It's definitely... Yeah, you're getting through the forest pretty good, getting closer and closer to what's his face's castle in the woods. You know that his castle is probably like a half day in the forest from Hiroga. So that was sort of where you were hoping to get to before nightfall, but you don't quite get there. But you know it's not too far away, based on your general sense of direction. Before night starts to fall, do you try to stick it out and go through the night, or rest?
Ailey would want to try to make it to the castle by before like calling it, but
Yeah,
everyone else
Jun.
would have to yell out their decisions and try and make it stop. Be like, what?
Jun would probably also want to keep going, but he's also very much dependent on everyone else's knowledge of the area. So, yeah, that depends on whether or not anyone's told him there's a castle to get to.
Or if
Thoracus?
he's just very much like, oh yes, I shall just follow. Where the fuck are we going?
I mean,
Thoracus,
horses don't
Paris?
get tired.
The horses don't, but you guys do.
We do.
I think maybe I mean, if we try and make it to the castle, are we just using it for the fact that it's a landmark, or we can try and sleep in there? Because I know that we like killed the guy that was the owner of the place, but we didn't
No,
we
it's
didn't
not
start
cleared out.
squatting in it.
It's not abandoned. It's dangerous.
Yes, but we did camp in the woods not far from there, so that's where
It
we're
was a pretty
going.
good spot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to continue.
Would sound good.
Oh yes, we did kill a guy that was the owner of that castle, so there may be people who maybe know that it was us.
But also, like, they might be too afraid to do anything about it.
It's true. The people that did get away saw really horrific things, so they probably want just nothing to do with us.
And, like, the guy wasn't the best employer.
No, oh, that's true.
You lot are gonna have to tell me this story. Like, what did you do?
Oh.
Like,
show
if
you.
Ailey can hear this, she'd just be like, oh, we just kind of, like, turned him to gold while he was still alive, but, like, and we've got, like, his spine and the bust bit at our house in the decorative room.
We'll tell
no,
you
what
when
did she
we.
call that room? The hoard room? I can't remember.
It's probably the hoard room.
Something. The treasure room? I don't know.
We'll give you the story when we.
We show you the bust.
No, that's it. Well, I mean, probably we need to go home at some point.
Eventually.
Campsite horror stories. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, riding on horseback for most of the day, without lunch, and going into the night, you will all take...
They can eat their rations while
Yeah, but you know, you don't get a proper rest at it. Even though the horse is doing most of the work, it is still tiring to ride them. So you will all be taking 1 point of exhaustion, which means you'll have disadvantage on ability checks for the moment. So you start to approach the castle, slowing down a little bit as you will, come together.
Somewhere in the forest. Like, Ailey would kind of, by this point, slow down and be like, Thoracus, where was the camping spot? Because she doesn't fucking know.
Yeah. Well, for those of you with long enough distance vision, or even just generally, and the road itself, for most of it is darkened. You know, there's no like light sources or anything. It's, you know, seen by the moon through these trees at this point. You know, Varys probably, you know, lights up his ring so he can see at least in front of him. But you know, move to the middle at least to stay away from
Yeah.
running into something. But Ailey and Thrakus and probably even Jun would see in the distance a light that's shining over the castle, a flaming torch perched, you know, like sticking out the side of it, essentially, like sort of where there would be like flags or something. There's like two torches that are sticking out of the front of the castle, illuminating the front of it. You seeing torches sticking out of a castle that are down the road at the very edge of your vision, right? So you can see that there is a castle.
Like how, like on the corners, they sometimes outside the window would have like banners, torches are there instead.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
This seems to be to illuminate the front of the castle so that they can see people approaching. And as you get closer, you'll see that there's also some on the walls of the castle. And you'll notice, if you get even closer, that some of these lights...
Too close, so...
Well, close enough to really start to see that it is the castle and not just points of light. You'll start to notice that some of those points of light are moving around on top of the castle itself. There's likely someone patrolling on it. So, what
Well,
is
it looks
the
like
plan?
the castle's pretty active.
This is why we sleep outside.
Yeah, we'll be avoiding that.
Mm-hmm.
So, your previous camping ground is on the other side of the castle.
What's the land like on this side of the castle?
Pretty much the same.
Honestly, I can find us a new spot. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Now we definitely know where we are. Not that we would have gotten lost with me. But so survival
Yep. It will not be at an advantage this time,
because of my exhaustion.
but that's not too
But that's
shabby.
okay.
We should find somewhere back from the road and possibly a little bit hidden from it.
Is this guy really telling me? Are you
Ailey's like just looks like absolutely terrified. That John is just Rikus.
Varys has got hold of Thrakus' leg and is like, I'll hold you back, it's okay, don't worry.
Ailey's just like, just shh. Back away slowly.
Okay, let's yeah,
You got
let's
You got this,
let's
it's
go
all
sit
right.
let's go set up camp.
If
I
anyone
thought
in
that
this
was-
group can...
Sensible. What?
It was very sensible, but if anybody in this group can find a good place for us to rest that is safe, it's Thrakus.
All right.
I ain't here to be told how to
I was
do
just
my
trying to
job
help.
by some symbol thrown into the group.
Thrakus.
Mansplaining shit to you.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I think we all need some rest.
At one point of exhaustion, that makes sense. Alright.
Ailey will be like, what's a bimbo?
You make your way off of the path and into the trees. And Thrakus does find a nice inlet of trees that provide good cover from the road and from the elements. You set up a small camp there. It has been a few hours now, so you won't need to do that much guarding to sleep through the night. But
Ailey will take first watch as usual.
okay.
go to sleep, can I do something?
Sure.
To make it quick, I'll just use up my spell slots to do it, but I'd like to cast Identify on 2 more of my bullets.
Okay. Where did I put?
Ooh, what spells am I gonna use?
What spells are you going to use? Okay. Roll me a d4, please.
Oh, thing.
Okay. That is another clockwork one.
Hey, cool.
What's the clockwork?
From previous experience, it has summoned a clockwork.
Fancy.
Cool, so I have 2 of those ones now.
Yes.
And
Alright, so it's we do long rest, is that what we're...
Yeah, you'll be doing a long rest. But you'll get rid of your point of exhaustion.
I don't get long rest yet until after my...
Yeah, until after your things.
So I still have the exhaustion.
Yes, you will still have your exhaustion feels. Well, so everyone except for the last person. They will still be exhausted. Cool, roll another d4. Well, there you go. You got 3 that summon clockwork.
hell yeah! I am perfectly okay with that. Sweet. And then Ferris will go to sleep.
Cool. So, perception check, please. Ailey. At disadvantage. At disadvantage.
Alright, so I do the minus. Yep. That's still a 10, which is not bad for Ailey.
Yep. Ailey, instead of nodding off or being just completely distracted, does seem to pay attention for most of the night, although they don't hear or see anything of note. Who is on the second watch?
Something that I meant to ask.
Mhm.
How often can I use panache? Is it Nash or whatever?
I think it's...
As I want, it's just an action?
I think it is...
And that it lasts for a minute, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it
but it's
doesn't say,
pretty much
like,
anyone.
if it's got any recharge or anything, so I'm like, is that it? Sweet. All good.
I mean... Yeah.
Oh, action, I'm guessing so. Alright.
I mean, it has to be in a conversation.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, if I use it on certain people, does that mean I can't use it elsewhere?
I see.
Ailey will 100% still, like, sporadically use it accidentally, was gonna be my thing.
No, you can, yeah, you can just use it when it is just your natural charm. It's not an
Especially
effect.
because whenever she sees something that Jung does that she thinks is cool, she will definitely accidentally use that to try and find out how to do the cool thing as well.
Oh dear.
Which is why I was like, fuck, I need to make sure that it doesn't waste it too much. Because she's gonna keep, like, being like, how did you do that?
Yes. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You would still no, because
No, because I'm at advantage
Yeah.
in the forest.
Yep,
Ah, so it cancels itself out.
does. Well, okay. So
After a quick nap, I'm feeling
Yeah.
much better.
good nap. You're like wide awake now.
Oh yeah, I'm in the forest.
Yeah, you are emboldened for sure by the forest, and you sort of like get up on, you climb up a tree a little bit and just scout out as much as possible in the area, and stay like that for your whole watch, listening out and watching out. And with that, you can definitely tell that there is something happening at the castle that you had previously ransacked, as there's a few comings and goings of guards throughout the night. There does appear to be a nest of giant bees relatively nearby. As you do hear them moving throughout the night as well, but not within sight range. So not a huge problem currently. Yeah. But yeah, no one approaches throughout the night.
Excellent.
What are you doing?
Oh, my only thing is, I just realized I should have said earlier was A, how many people did we need to take watch? And B, Ailey totally would not let John take watch by himself as an unknown person.
Oh no, it's only 3 this time because it's so late at night. So by the time that Thoracus is finished, it is like this daylight starts to come in. So Varys will take his watch while the sun is coming up.
Who the fuck this person is, but you know.
Excuse me.
Yep. I'll snuggle back in with my wallet, who I've just let sleep the whole time because I'm like, he's been doing a lot of running, you know.
Yeah, he'll be pretty exhausted.
No, those are claws. Stop that.
No.
I'm so happy to see you. Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah, this is how I wake Varys up.
Yeah.
With my claws.
Ah. Ah.
Poking him in the face. Varys.
Stop it.
It's your
I'm
turn.
awake.
All right, Varys, please make a perception check.
Disadvantage?
No, you will have had enough sleep by now.
8. Perception.
Yeah. You don't make out any hostilities in the area. You do hear the early morning stuff going along the path. Some carriages, quite possibly army, quite possibly merchant. You don't hear any like troop movements or anything like that.
Okay.
Can Jun try something during the night?
Sure.
Or maybe early morning? He's quite eager to get a message to his patron if he can.
Yep.
So some kind of like outgoing prayer. He's very reluctant to try and do anything significant, having seen the state of Dumrone.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wants to try and send a message to his patron.
Okay. In what way? You just gonna do a little prayer, or you gonna try?
He's probably going to be quite cautious, and maybe if he can use, I don't know if he can use a focus to help, send the message or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that is your whole thing. You are connected via that, so that does make sense to do. So you'd hold up your crystal focus and essentially pray to it, to Null. Can you roll for me a religion check?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of lay there, yeah, attempting to appear sleeping as you make your small prayer. You don't get really a response, which is not, it's not different from any of the times that you've previously contacted Null. You were, hoping that by now, you'd, be a little bit more communicative, but that does not appear to be the case. But still, having seen what you've seen, it does still unsettle you to not immediately get something back. It also doesn't feel like your prayers were unheard. It doesn't feel like they got lost or anything like that. At least from your understanding of prayer. But Varys does. Yeah, Varys will absolutely notice that you do that.
Yep. Okay. So I'm like turned away, huddled. Just
Yeah.
quietly. Will Varys know that I'm praying, or would Varys only realize that I'm talking to myself?
Probably that. Probably just think that you're talking to yourself, either like having a dream or something, or yeah.
I believe that Varys would wait until whatever that was done and the talking stopped.
Okay.
So, you talking to yourself there, or somebody else, or?
Jin's gonna go.
Oh, okay.
roll
As if
a
he's
roll
just
a roll a
been talking
dece-
in his sleep.
roll a deception check for me. Well, do you want to roll it inside against that? It's up to you.
Inside.
Not good.
It seems like they were talking in their sleep.
Varys just shrugs his shoulders and goes back to what he's doing.
Cool. Well, the sun really gets up there now, properly risen and hanging low in the sky. And you're hearing the chirping of birds and the buzzing of very large bees making their way around the forest near you. While awaken.
Are we long rested?
Yes. You get roll your long rests.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
Does that mean-
Or do we just move it ourselves?
Yeah, if you've added your point, you might need to remove it yourself.
Yeah. Didn't take it away.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be told about the hive or nah?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
you
let you guys know.
Vargas tells you about the hive.
Oh yeah,
Do
there are.
we need to do some exterminating again?
No. This is their forest.
Okay.
They're also
You leave them be, it'll be
gigantic.
fine.
It's not fun to fight them.
So,
I mean, we're
Jin-
stronger now than what we used to be.
You'll never have seen a giant insect before. Just as you guys had not seen one since you before coming here.
Yeah, we're so used to it now.
Yeah.
Jin, can he see it from where he is?
No. But you will have started to hear this morning the buzzing. So it's not like it's like it's like hearing a subwoofer in action without hearing the other speakers, right? It's like feeling the vibration. directly, just sort of emanating through the forest aggressively, from multiple sources in a direction. It
How
would,
big are those things? They sound massive.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big.
Like a
Like
medium.
4 Varus's long. Oh, wait, what's the actual scale? Like, Haley will totally use Varus as a scale.
yeah, probably about 4 Vanis's long.
Yeah, like, about 4 Varus's long.
Yeah, so if you stacked 4 of me up, like feet on top of head, upwards, it's about that big.
It'll curve over a little bit, so you don't usually see the whole longness of them, but
They're made of goo, and I just rifle around and pull out my bee goop.
yep.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Oh, goop.
They're filled with goop that are not made of goop.
Lies.
Yeah,
Bee.
I love honey, but I'm not down to get into giant bee territory. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
Good
leave them
idea.
alone, and they'll leave you alone. Unless you get too close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
All right. Unmake camp.
Dismounting the horses and leaving? Is that what's happening?
Yep. Yeah. Unmake camp. Mount the horses, and get back onto the road.
We're in a hurry after all.
All right.
Hey, did the horses eat?
Oh, they don't.
No.
How do you think they keep their figures?
I am laughing, but John is not. He's
Yeah.
just gonna scowl.
Yep. You make your way, continue making your way to Hiroga, and get ever closer to the castle. What's that guy's name? Belglaw's castle. That's the guy.
Yep.
You get closer and closer to Belglaw's castle, and you can see as you get closer that the guards, that there are now posted guards all over it, keeping people out. As you get closer, you realize that the front gates that you previously,
We weren't going near. I thought we were.
you have to go past. You have to go past it on the
we were
path.
giving it a wide berth.
Or are you going to give it a fully wide berth so much you cannot see it, or are you going to give it enough to still get a peek?
I guess that would be up to the others.
Yeah, if we're just keeping to the path, are we gonna get within distance of the castle where the guards might recognize us?
Varys, Thrakus,
What?
you want to?
How close do you want to get to the castle?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because
Like,
Ailey will follow
I
along.
would
but
like
Ailey's
the answer to
wide
that
berth.
question
Yeah,
before I
that
make a
was the
decision.
player asking DM question.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
If we follow along the road,
Yeah.
will we get close enough to the castle that the guards might recognize the other party members?
I mean, right, yes, of course. Sorry, I was like, man, I don't know
No,
where
you're
I
all
thought that
good.
question was from.
Because,
No, so that you don't know for sure. So if any of those guards were ones that were posted previously while you were there, undoubtedly they'll recognize you on the
right,
path.
so it does go past the castle.
It does go past the castle
Go
enough.
off-road
Yeah.
If we want to.
Yeah, you would have to really go off-road to avoid it.
Off-road it is.
Alright. Stealthy off-road or just off-road?
I feel like anybody that does spot us is probably going to be shit scared. They were just guards, the people that were left.
We also have all sorts of people we don't want to meet on the road who are literally going to war against people who look like us.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Traveling
if
along
you
the
want me
road
to
isn't.
scout ahead, then even in difficult terrain, I can travel faster than you. But otherwise,
Probably best we stick together anyway, just in case.
Ailey's attempting to stealth with her horse, but it doesn't go too well because she's got a literal flaming horse. But it still goes better than expected, considering.
Jesus, my stealth isn't going so great either.
Literal flaming horse.
Yeah, maybe we'll
See?
get off our horses and lead them because we have to go off road.
See, this is why you put a robe over your horse.
Roll your stealth, see what happens.
I can't get her from that.
The bravado.
Mm.
That before the stealth roll.
Not bad.
Okay, fair. Obviously the rope works. Makes it look slightly more horse-shaped.
Vaguely, only from a distance though.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no fire signaling.
Yeah, or glitter.
Yeah. Probably
yeah.
more the glitter of Ailey's
Stealth by
blinding people.
proxy, I think.
Alright. So you guys start to get off of the path. Jin, please roll your stealth.
Apparently Codswallop is no longer exists in the world.
What?
I tried to roll stealth for him.
Ah, right, of course.
You haven't, yeah.
It's because he's no longer just an NPC.
Token? Yeah.
He is a player character now.
Damn right, Codswallop. Holy shit, that looks great.
He's a level 5 fighter is what he is. And he's
He is.
not very proficient in stealth.
Oh, shit.
Cool. So, as you guys are heading off of the...
This is where I'm just like, I see Codswallop's attempt, and I'm like, nah, I can't not.
Yep, well, yep. Well, still, as you guys start getting off the path, Codswallop does let out a small yelp, seemingly from nothing, as dogs sometimes do. And
What do your dog eyes see, boy?
yeah, but that does make you go, oh shit, we're not really as stealthy as we could be. So past that, a trace comes down, helps you guys out. And you guys head off into the forest. Off the path, Thoracus, can I get you to make a survival check for me?
Okay. Oh, I have advantage.
Yep. So you're gonna have no problems getting around giving the castle a wide berth without getting too lost. But as you...
Oh, I literally can't get lost unless it's by magical means because I'm in a forest.
Of course, that is true. You're going to have no problem getting back onto the road. There was no problem with you getting lost. It was just about how long it was going to take you to get back to the road.
Yeah, I know. It's all the other things too, and guiding everyone.
Exactly. So, are you going completely out of sight from the castle, or do you want to get a little peek in? See what's happening?
What do you guys think?
I
It's
feel like
risky.
maybe.
It's risky.
I could, like, try to stealth fly.
Oh my
those
fucking
guys.
god. They
I
have
don't feel-
sentries.
There's
No.
not really anything
They're not
for you
gonna
to
look
hide.
up. They're too busy looking at the ground.
You don't have
Yep.
low-lying cloud cover. It's pretty obvious if something just bursts out of the fucking forest.
I was gonna
Also-
try to stay close to the trees.
Yes, but they're also up high, looking around. And there's not really anything for you to... It's open air around the castle.
Well, I do suppose if you more climbed the tree,
I could
tall
climb
tree,
a
and
tree and have a look.
yeah, I mean, we all could. But maybe that's a better compromise than flying.
Well, I could climb a tree and then maybe, if required, use wings to get a bit higher than you might
Maybe you...
be able
No,
to climb.
maybe don't use the wings.
It-
Maybe don't fly up and be visible
I
for people.
wasn't gonna fly. I mean, just if the branches get really thin and wobbly after a bit.
If they're thin and wobbly, Varys would be the best option.
I am
Alright,
pretty small.
Paris, up you go.
Okay. Climb a tree. And have a look
Can
see at
I
the castle.
also climb the tree so I'm aiding Varys on the way up?
Ailey's gonna climb
I
a different
mean-
tree, but only as high up as she can get, and never she can see anything.
I mean, Varys roll on acrobatics.
Absolutely.
What does Ailey need to roll to climb her tree?
I used to
Acrobatics.
climb trees all the time, man.
Acrobatics.
Me too, I guess.
Lived in a forest.
You can roll acrobatics or survival.
You know which I'm rolling.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys have no problems climbing a tree. None at all.
June just sees all of us scampering.
Yes.
Jim thinks
Gone.
this whole charade is ridiculous, and he's like at the bottom of the tree, leaning on it, scoffing at you, like vaguely chewing on some rations.
Ailey's like,
He's jealous because he
You
can't climb.
I can't climb trees.
He's not jealous because he can't climb. He just thinks that you're not using the best tools available to you because you don't know what all the tools available to you are. Because he's not gonna tell you.
Because he's a tool.
Yeah, in every way.
I mean, he's not been very available to us.
Oh boy. Anyway, you guys climb up and try and get a good sight on the castle. Can I get perception checks, please?
I'm gonna
Aye,
say
Captain.
that Varys has a better chance of seeing things than Ailey does, because I don't think Ailey could get as high up.
Well, you can get a pretty good sight from what you're seeing. Where you are, you can see the front entrance of the castle. Previously, you guys had just, scaled the side of it, essentially. None of you took the front on your way in.
Nope.
But from the looks, from what you can see right now, the front gate was previously like a nice wooden construction, designed to keep most people out. Looks to be entirely obliterated. Like there's like splinters of wood where it once was, and there are guards parading inside of it. You can see a couple of them standing in there. Looks like it has been repurposed as a barracks or a guard post of some sort. But it's interesting that they've that something has happened to the gate. But that is what you get out of that.
Ailey's just gonna be like, that wasn't us, right?
No.
Definitely not.
Bizarre. What kind
I
of
suppose-
infighting?
We maybe talk to Wayclaw about it when we get to Herogar.
Yeah. There's not much we can do from here.
Yeah. Let's keep just like trying to sneak past.
Yeah.
Back on horses, continue to sneak. Re-stealth, please.
Okay.
Let's see if Ailey has learnt better how to deal with the horse.
Oh, I rolled it twice.
Oh yeah,
That didn't help
okay,
you.
so Ailey's like, alright, this is how I've got a stealth with a flaming glittery horse.
Well, we're not on them, so it won't be flaming, at least.
Yeah, you're
No,
walking
but
them.
still
Walking them this
very
time.
glittery horse.
Oh, Codswallop gets the idea this time.
So it figures out what's going on. Cool. And you guys lead your horses wide berth all the way around the castle. Do you re-enter the path or just continue out of the forest?
I'd prefer to be off the
Group
path,
hug.
but what do you guys think?
Be like, group huddle.
It will take you a little bit longer to get out. It should be walking horses.
Would we
It
still
will.
make it to the to the city by the next day though? Like by nightfall?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be half a day from now on horseback, so it'll probably be mid to late afternoon by the time you get there. If you don't ride the horse, if you ride the horse, then you get there by lunchtime.
Yeah,
And-
Ailey would definitely rather like take as much forest as possible and then eventually maybe go back on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is the forest too dense to ride the horses in?
For you guys, yes. For Thrakus, no.
The usual.
Yeah, and it's not so much that it's dense. It is oddly not dense, actually. It is more that the trees here have grown so long and so large that their roots are taking up a lot of space.
There's difficult footing.
Exactly. So you would still be walking the horses. You just would be on them if you wanted to do it like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think it will take us longer if we end up in combat of some kind. Which we're more likely to end up in, or a confrontation on the road.
That's fair. We should also be prepared for the fact that we may face problems entering the city.
Yeah, exactly. We may
I
end up
mean,
having to wait for
Rachel
nightfall anyway to get in.
We should be fine.
Should we? We will see.
Not sure I believe Waitful.
Whatever you think is best. I'm just, as long as
Vibing.
we get there.
Jin's just vibing.
He's
Yep.
just like, I'm just here, uninformed. What's up?
He doesn't know jack shit about this place.
Mhm.
Yeah, like this is
Surely
a
he'll pretend to though.
yeah, probably.
I mean, he's a little bit. He's at least smart enough to know that he's too out of his depth to pretend that he knows about this city he's never been to.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Especially with people who obviously know it.
Yeah, like he's dumb, but he's not that dumb.
I'd more go
Yeah.
for arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so this forest that you're in, just generally since you've got here, gotten out of the cave, too much of this sort of landscape and area that you're in it's very cultivated. You know, it looks like it had a design. The trees that stand the tallest and the oldest are in like perfectly straight rows. Like this forest was made. It was put here, like not just simply grown over time naturally. It's interesting. And the more you think about it and look at it, the more you kind of also feel the Feywild as well. like it's ever closer the deeper into the forest you are, which is also very interesting, as normally the Feywild is the antithesis of order.
Because it's so strange, I'm gonna scope out the place a bit better.
Are you gonna like say anything to the rest of us that know nothing about the Fae?
Well, I mean, this is so Jin gets that feeling naturally from having finally experienced all of this stuff. The Rikus naturally knows that stuff, and generally, and has you've used this before and done this in this forest before as well.
I have.
So
Let's see if there's any change.
yep. Aberrations, no. Celestials, no. You do get some dragon feelings within 6 miles, for sure. Just in general, there is
That's
Aelia,
always
obviously.
scary.
Yeah. No elementals. There's definitely some Fae. There's definitely some fiends. As well as the the overarching deep set one that you constantly feel. And there also appears to be some undead.
Okay, it's a crowded forest.
Man, that is a really good thing to have on a cleric. Having primeval awareness and cleric as well, being able to sense celestials and undead and fiends. Damn.
So,
I mean, really, I should remember to do this before we camp so that I could decide on my spells for the next day.
Mm.
Yeah, I really should. Oh.
Anyway.
But what are you gonna tell the rest of us in the meantime?
I mean, I would pass this along as well.
Dragons, Fae, fiends, and undead.
Like, can we start moving back toward the road, maybe?
To be fair, this is in a 6-mile radius.
Yeah, it's a wide radius now.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She'd just be like, Someone's got to explain the math to her.
Quite a large area. We still might not encounter them, but we will encounter people on the path.
Yeah, as long as we don't go further into the Feywild area, we should be fine.
We stick closer to the outer edges of the forest.
And stay close. Because I know the forest well.
Okay.
Also,
so sticking to the forest.
Sidebar, because it's the forest, difficult terrain doesn't slow my group's travel.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so we'd still be half a day, or not really?
Yeah, because we should be on horseback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still wouldn't. You're right. You are correct. So half a day.
Truly worried. I can throw the augury.
It's up to you.
It's up to my party.
Do whatever you want to do.
Because I'm comfortable in the forest. But if it would make you guys feel better.
I'm not
probably
worried.
as comfortable as I'm going to be. I'm with my friends. That's the best people to be with when I'm potentially in danger.
That's like all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Gah, pal. Okay, I'm good.
Just be like, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Okay, let's keep going.
Jun makes a face like gagging at the mushiness of friendship.
God, who invited this guy?
Venice
Daily will
doesn't
continue.
acknowledge it at all because of the amount of blood that has gone into these friendships.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jin has no fucking idea.
Yeah,
Right,
Ailey
'cause
would
of-
just be very oblivious and be like, la 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 la, I've been told to keep going through the forest. La 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 la.
Tharkus is only just sort of learning how to be a friend, so now I'm like, of course I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of this stuff. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Onward, friends, and
Cool.
Venice looks very pointedly.
Friends and Germans.
Friends.
Potential
Amazing.
friend.
Okay.
Jin's gonna roll his eyes and onwards.
Cool. So, you make your way through the forest and out onto the Great Plains. Well, the plains.
Is it
What?
the grasslands?
The grasslands that are between you and Hiroga.
Oh, lovely.
You want to get back on the path, or
We still won't be slow.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
Because that's my other favorite terrain.
so you still get it on the path either way. So
Hmm?
you still get it on the path. You get it on the path as well.
Yes,
Still part of the
but we're not
grasslands.
slowed.
No.
We're not slowed, so there's no point in taking time.
Well, the path is a more straight, direct shot to Hiroga. So it's only like minutes that it will save you, but it's not like people aren't going to see you riding out on the grasslands from the path either. So
It does seem even more
Grass.
suspicious.
If we came out
Fine.
of the forest. Yeah, yeah.
Fine, we'll go on the path it is.
back on the path.
You guys just can't seem to stealth on big spooky horses with fire coming out of them on grassland.
I don't know what the problem is personally.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, we know you can't, Ailey.
Well, yeah. Seemingly without issue, you make it to Hiroga as the sun hangs high in the sky. Let me find the thing. Hiroga. Oh, it's been so long. Oh man, there are people here who aren't here.
So long we've got. Yep, so long. So different.
So long. Okay, you guys are up here.
What's changed now? We
Turn the console up, down. Cool. You get closer and closer to.
Red church.
As you get closer and closer to Hirogu, you notice thick black plumes of smoke pouring off of different sections of it.
That's not good.
Doesn't seem like
Not normal.
fire, like it's on fire or anything. It looks like industry, like they are smithing.
Productions are ramping up.
Street kind of.
A war.
Everything to the war effort. Gross.
Well, we kind of did take too long. I mean, he did say we should be there in.
I also feel like it's kind of unfair to put like an entire war stopping on the backs of 4 people.
Who
Especially
don't
when we
even
got
live here.
Yeah. This is true.
Plus, it was an impossible goal. I'm not sure he wanted to stop the war.
Well, it was 48 hours, and we already knew it was going to take a few days to get there.
So
Oh,
it was
well.
always an impossible goal. So rather than focus on his, we got to focus on ours. Let's see if we can do something about the war now.
Absolutely.
Anything we can do to reduce the chances of that black sun god getting more power?
Yeah.
Just side eye Ailey.
Well, you know, he did seem kind of angry about random things. Like he really didn't like people talking to him.
Yeah, but that's
Really talk
most
too much.
people.
This was your personal experience.
That's most people's reactions daily.
She doesn't realize this. Come on.
Yeah, fair.
Are you sure, Ailey?
Mm. Well, hopefully none of us need to meet it at any point. But we'll bear that in mind.
To be fair, I think that's part of the reason he offered me a deal so that I would leave.
He didn't want to.
And you're gonna
You
outright
need-
say that
you
to
need-
Ailey?
you-
Or...
You needed
No.
to run wild and free.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't say that to Ailey. Even Thrakus isn't that dumb.
Alright.
Okay, so get close. You can start seeing that stuff. Get closer and closer.
June, don't openly use your magic around here.
Yeah, I got that.
Just checking.
Because it's gonna matter without flaming horses.
I mean, mine's wearing a robe. It's a bit weird, but it doesn't look weird. You know?
It's still got a skull
Ah,
or a head.
yeah, you're right. The head sticks out of the hood. I couldn't properly cover it.
We really do need less conspicuous dress.
Don't say that too
I mean-
loud. You might upset Lucas or her girlfriend.
At this point, I'm just used to June saying the most offensive things possible. So I just sneer at him, like, not even worth an argument.
I mean, they're cool and all, but you
I
know.
mean,
Did
they
not
were,
say
they were,
that.
Oh dear.
they were also free as well too. We had to pay for horses at one point. It was a giant pain.
And then you've got to feed them and stable them and groom them.
Mhm. And sometimes people try and steal horses, but nobody wants to go fucking close to these. It's perfect.
Also, they
Hey,
can't steal
Ellie.
me.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
true.
see the upsides for sure.
Hmm. It is not exactly inconspicuous, though. That is true.
I'm awesome.
I'm
Unique.
not denying the cool factor. I am weighing in on the is definitely noticeable.
Can you not have this conversation in front of them? Honestly,
Very, very. Through
just
the hood,
covering the
hats- hats
holes
mag.
in the skull.
Jun rolls his eyes, but also like does, you know, pat his horse, like kind of out of sight of the others. Like, I didn't mean it, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. As you approach, what are you guys doing? Are you just strolling in nonchalant, or what's the
Should we
plan?
Maybe get off of our horses so
We
that
will
they're
get off
not
the horses.
blaming and
Okay.
such.
We
We'd
look
have to
less
convince
intimidating.
Ailey to get off of the horse to go into the city. Because she'll be like, I mean, they've seen us here before, and that we
Yes.
helped them.
We weren't at war at that point.
Yeah, but like they're gonna
It's-
notice the horses with the flames or not.
Yeah, but it's easier for you to fly from a standing position than it is from a horse.
Oh, that's true. Ailey like climbs down off of the horse. The Rakus knows.
Yeah.
Amazing. I feel like undead horse is also easier to get people to deal with an undead magical flaming mane, giant wings, glittery
Are
With
we
us.
gonna
bullshit.
leave them out
And us
here then?
powering them.
Or...
No.
Mm,
Oh, so we're not trying to sneak in.
I mean, do you want to? Because I don't think we can.
I don't feel. I feel like that will probably do us more harm than good.
Okay. Ailey just starts walking up to the gate then, like dragging her horse along.
Okay.
Rainfall said it'd be okay. I'm not sure I trust him at all, but we just don't have time.
Okay. You walk up to the entrance at Westgate. There's a couple of guards posted there. You recognize.
Come up and like wave at them as she approaches, like happily and enthusiastically.
Well, you recognize one of them. As you have run into them
For a
previously.
good reason.
God, it's not going to be a good reason.
It is Arnoldus.
Arnoldus?
Yeah, he is the guard who had told you when you guys were investigating. Well, not really investigating. When you guys were running around because of the murder of Alderman, the guard commander. You guys found that out because he was the one who told you about it, and was seemingly under the payment, fell under the many clause that Wayclaw has in different areas, as it was when you guys told him that you were coming from Wayclaw, that you were, on in that payment.
We were immediately just given everything.
Yeah, you were basically given everything from him. So, seeing him, you realize that he's probably been specifically but here for you guys.
Make sure
Ailey
we get her-
begins to wave even more enthusiastically on her approach.
No.
Of course. Well, he doesn't acknowledge you in that way. He like
Oh, that's
does
okay.
a
Ailey will presume that it's strict guard thingies that
Yeah.
you cannot wave back to her.
of course. Well, he gives you a curt nod and opens the gates
Be like, "Oh,
to
yeah,
acknowledge that
go
you are
ahead."
there, but that's about it. But you have been allowed inside the gates.
He hears in his head, "Thank you. Good to see you again." As he goes,
Oh
by.
my. Don't use magic.
Nobody can tell that I'm doing it.
No, I can't tell. I'm just,
No,
it's just me.
you see him like raise one eyebrow and like look weirdly in your direction.
I look weirdly back at him.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's your default, right?
Face.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you enter the city proper, and yeah, even though it's middle of the day, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people out. There's a few groups of people here and there, usually at places to eat, or that's basically it, really. People standing outside sort of hole in the walls and other eateries and bars that's pretty much all you see on the street. There's no children playing or anything. It is a it is a stark difference from the Hiroga that you guys had left, as you guys had left in the middle of the Twin Moon Festival, where there was shitloads of people and revelry and colors. Currently, this is a extremely pale comparison. You know, not many colors going on. What colors are there are the guards that walk past, and you know, that's about it. There's smoke in the sky and anger in the air. Do get a few.
Figured out where specifically the smoke is coming from? Or...
From different parts of the city, mainly in the fabrication-y sort of area, where you guys had previously run into Rebecca McChicken, and other smithing sort of areas down here is mainly where it's from. Yeah, but there's something up in the north as well. It is very much a production-y sort of thing. It is not. You've seen burning houses before. It's not that. So,
Should we stable our horses?
I don't think we'll be staying.
We probably won't be that long.
Haley's just like kind of looks around and is like, what they said? Like eyeing all the weirdness, like very confused, very concerned, especially for the children.
yes. Okay. Well, you make your way downtown, towards Wakelo. Yep, walking fast.
Many faces pass.
Yep.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just playing in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you make it to the center square. You notice that there are some guards, seemingly doing some sort of practice sort of thing. It's like they're parading, you know, they're doing their drills in the middle of the square, which is very much a
Pretty gross public display.
yeah.
How does that form look as I'm watching?
It looks pretty good. You know, even though these guys have probably been, you know, trained within the last 3 days, they're standing in pretty good order, and it seems like they are training alongside a mage, essentially, someone who has been you've seen this before, where they have mercenaried, essentially, and have paid someone from across the sea to assist them. They seem to be perfectly all right with
Old continent magic.
yeah.
Though they're not perfectly okay with us.
No.
They're perfectly okay with humans with magic.
Yes, he is undoubtedly a human being. Yeah, very much so. A human wizard.
Doesn't look like our wizard friend, right?
No, it is not your wizard friend.
Just checking. What does the person look like?
He's got like a grey, scraggly beard that's really, really long and like twisted up, and like kind of burnt on the end of it. Really long eyebrows that come out from underneath his hood. You don't really see a lot of him other than these robes, blue, just like dark navy blue robes, that cover most of his arms, most of his body, and again, hood is up, and sort of like it doesn't point up, but has a point on it that's like flown down, beside him. That seems like it's like holding his hair, like he's got really long hair and he's like stuffed it into the hood of the thing to keep it down. But he's just casting small spells. You would know that they were just like simple cantrips, like Mage Hand and stuff like that, to get them. It seems to be getting them used to the idea of having something like that near them, and for display of the the populace, that they have magic on their side now.
Of course.
And you do also see that a couple of the guards that you have passed by have rudimentary versions of Varys's long-barreled weapon, with the wider ended tip, a whole lot less accurate, but probably filled with a lot more rounds, more like
Probably don't need to be that accurate.
Yeah, probably more like a blunderbuss of some sort. At least as far as the guards that you've seen walking around have had. So it does look like they are taking in a lot of different things very quickly. See how that goes for them. But you do come to the statue in the square, and go to the offices. What's the plan with the horses?
I thought we were just holding on.
Well, you need to go inside and you can't bring them in.
Can we leave
Haley
our
would
horses?
fucking cry.
Is this foyer horse safe? We can put them in the corner.
You actually asked that.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't want to leave them outside. Not alone.
They're already clean as well too. From
Well, you see the human receptionist this time, and she looks out at you guys from as you ask that question from inside the door, and she like shakes her head at first. She shakes her head at first, thinking, like, "What the hell are these people asking?" And then, like, that seems like the realization of who you are hits her, and she goes, "No. Michael's expecting you. Please leave them outside and come in."
they'll be safe out there.
I'll have someone, and she like rings a bell, and a couple of guards come out from around behind her, essentially, and she goes, "Please mind their horses." And the two guards come towards you to
Haley's
help
kind of,
mind
like,
your horses.
eyeing them, being like, and like turns to Ellie and like, if any of them cause you trouble, just fucking kick them. Go for the shins. And like pats the horse.
Okay.
Be careful with them. They're a special breed.
Don't touch them. I don't know what will happen to you if you do.
The guards are certainly alarmed, but do not question or attempt to get out of this this requirement of them. But as you guys move away from the horses and let them mind them, they do disanimate and go statue-like. So there's not really much that they can do to hurt them. But you do enter the offices, and as she said, she motions for you guys to quickly make your way up the stairs and to Wayclaw's office.
Does Jun know that Wayclaw is a dragon?
I believe they've mentioned it. Because you did, you would have,
With the Domarin discussion.
yeah, because Domran was in contact with Wayclaw, and seemingly other unnamed dragons.
And I think Ailey mentioned something about how they're all in hiding.
Yeah. So, you all enter into Wayclaw's office. The door was unlocked and opened partially.
Was he in there?
Yes, he is in there. As you enter, you see that he is looking out of the window behind him, into the sort of courtyard behind the building. And turns to face you all. So, what's the news?
Well, where do you want us to start?
Well, I guess
Oh.
the bad news first. You said you had important news.
Well, before that, we should probably introduce our new companion. June, this is Wayclaw.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
He gracefully and the way that he moves, I mean, you're still not really sure whether or not he's a he or not. That seems to be the pronouns everybody else uses for him. But he's very androgynous looking.
No wonder Ailey's
Yes. Yes. But he seems to glide over towards you. Like normally, people sort of bob up and down slightly when they walk. He seems to move without bobbing, without swaying from side to side at all. Like every step is calculated perfectly. And looks you up and down. And you get the sense that he instantly knows exactly what you are, and what you're all about. And then sticks out his hand to shake yours. A pleasure to meet you also.
Jun will shake his hand and try to be on his best manners.
Of course.
Does Ailey have any gifts at the moment for... I swear there was still something she was holding on to, but I can't remember.
Maybe I should have written it down.
It was jewelry, you
it
pulled off
was
something.
back... Well, no, because it was back when it was still on the other stuff, and like how it was all kind of just lumped together in like one line, and I think... Like,
I had
don't
pulled
think she
over...
ever gave him the soldier yet.
No, you did. You gave him the Jade Soldier.
Was it the other item she held on to then?
Yeah.
'Cause I know there was something she held on to, because I know she definitely gave him the sphere thing with copper. Yeah, where would it be?
I swear there was jewelry.
Haley does have a few bits of jewelry on them.
Yeah, because there was also the stuff that she had for her brother.
Yeah.
Okay, it might have been that. I'm not sure then.
Yeah, my cell phone, but I don't see it.
Anyway,
Oh, wait, there it is. Found it.
he looks at you all expectingly. So, bad news first.
Ailey holds up her drawing of the clockwork dragons and is like, so we kind of found another
No.
night for...
Hey, sure.
What? She's just pointing at her picture to Wayclaw. But I think they're all dead. Apparently holding on to 4 million, which I did not know about.
Yes, she is. Actually, no, you're not anymore. You gave them to Joe.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, we did before we left.
Yeah.
Oh, is the silver bracelet what she held on to for him?
No idea.
Was it one of the necromancer necklaces?
No, those were because she wanted to get them looked at. She thought they were cool.
We picked up the bracelet when we were in the ruins,
Yeah.
because that was where I got the ring.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if she did still have something, it's not written out.
You
So-
might not have,
Elven
honestly.
wallet? No, because she always
You
makes sure
pickpocketed an elf?
apparently there's a small elven wallet here.
Love that.
what?
It's a small elven wallet.
Oh no, you got given that. That was one of the things you asked for as part of your robes.
Oh, for her, like, robes and things.
Yeah, you got given that in the parcel.
Match.
The parcel that
Okay.
came to Jamie.
That's right. And yeah, so that might be what the present was to give him that.
Well, either way,
Well, that's
when
what
you
I'm
point
gonna
out to,
presume it is, and she's gonna hand over the wallet
Okay.
with nothing in it.
Of course.
Like, I got this from the elves at some point, but it took them a while with presenting my robes that came with.
well, that is a lot of information to take in. Well, I'm glad that you've found them dead and not active. I definitely don't need any more clockwork dragons. Fabulous. I very much do appreciate the gift, but as it being of elven make, I will have to keep that hidden away for now. And he does pocket that in his robes. Good news, I hope.
No, still bad news.
Okay.
Domron is gone.
I see.
From what we could tell, he was attempting to contact.
Summon.
Summon?
He was
Contact
trying to
summon.
summon Null, the god of death.
Well, we got death, right?
Got something else instead, which then took his place for an unspecified amount of time after killing him. And we dealt with them, but we don't know how much they have learned because we weren't able to find out how long they were impersonating Domron for.
I see.
They've disappeared somewhere that might be dead, but might not be dead.
We killed the form that it had taken, which appeared to be Oladan. And
I didn't get to stab it with my dagger with the stuff that does the spell thing, because I was kind of a dragon at the time, so I couldn't use my knives. Ailey's like trying to throw it in casually.
Yeah.
just so ham-fisted.
Yeah.
So it probably still survived because it didn't have the special dagger.
Yeah.
Well,
But
more, it appeared to be more than just the Oladan form. It looked similar to a similar sort of trajectory to the avatar of the Black Sun God that we fought before. They seemed fine with us killing them because I think they knew they were just going back to their master.
Well, it is disturbing news. It's unfortunate about Domron. The damned fool.
Whatever happened to them was... I don't think I can stress how powerful it must have been, because from what we could see, Domron attempted to return to their dragon form, but were unable to do so before being killed.
Incinerate.
really pretty scales. he was an obsidian.
Yes. Well,
So I was like, I can't remember, but I think Ailey thought they were pretty. I can't remember.
I mean, you wouldn't have been able to see them on
They
the burnt
were
corpse.
burnt as well.
Yeah,
Whose was it that she did see recently?
That would have been the half, not half dragonkin that you ran into that had a snout of obsidian.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name? The one that you told me to look after.
Oh, from the college. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ailey will be like, also, like, do you know how pissed off fuck, I've just forgotten his name. The dragon god, what's his name? The crystal one.
Jensen?
Do you know how pissed off Jensen would be if someone was impersonating him? Even if accidentally.
What?
What?
Remember the Dragonborn that they all thought was Jensen?
Oh, that entirely wasn't that kid's fault.
No, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
Jensen's
Accidentally.
Well, Jensen is a good god, though, as far as we have seen. I don't feel like he's going to be mad at a kid for something that was foisted upon them, not of their own choosing.
But just also, like, be aware if someone says that he's back, he's not. It's this Dragonborn that somehow ended up in with all the like crystal dragon ones. Yeah.
Well, all of the dragon folk were around it.
So, this is also a lot of new information for Jin. So, so
He's
The
just
mention-
trying to piece shit together.
yeah, the mention of Jensen and him being a dragon god. Can I get you to roll a religion check for me, and then a history check as well?
In history, you said?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so from your understanding, the dragon gods, as it stands, should only be Tiamat, Bahamut, and Null. Those should be the prime dragon deities. Any other dragon-like god is just one that is ascended to godlike reverence, becoming old enough, long enough, living to the point of becoming godlike, right? The idea that there was another dragon god in that pantheon has always been like theorized, has always been, little stories about it, but you've never found anything to confirm that. But from what they're saying, it kind of sounds like they've confirmed that there was another dragon god called Jinsen, and they're just willy-nilly talking about it.
He's absolutely astounded. And
Just wait till he hears the story about the church then.
Yeah.
and incredibly confused. And like, but he doesn't want to let on that he doesn't know something that everyone else obviously knows. So he's just gonna nod and like try and hide his confusion.
Fair enough. Well, Wayclaw's reaction to this. He's still, he has an air and a face. He has a fantastic poker face. You're still not getting any reading of what his actual feelings about all of this stuff is. You could see when you told him that the Domrune was dead, sort of a very minute amount of pain had come across his face, but that's about it. But his instant reaction to your question of how Jensen would feel, he sort of goes, "Jensen's dead. He doesn't care."
though, because, like, Varys definitely felt a wind.
Wow. You almost
I
got
don't
way
think
close.
Taylor said what they meant.
Almost got way close with that one. Well, as much as any god can truly die, he is dead.
The issue appears to be that what Jensen did was not sufficient. From what we were able to gather, and this could help with the war, or the ending of it, we believe that we have found that some capacity of the magical metals are drawing magic. It's not the elves stealing it. It's not anything like that. It is ambient from this land itself.
And how is the thingies?
Thingies.
This is where people can either hide information or correct what Ailey's saying.
There, we have only found very, very, very few examples of this, but the magic has been siphoned away, and Varys is going to take out his crystal that he's got, the crystal spell storing.
Show us your crystal. Okay. So you pull it out, and immediately, Wayclaw's his expression doesn't really change, but his body language does.
Like he wants to grab it or something.
Like he's like, yeah, kind of like he.
Something shiny, so like
Yeah.
is it like
He-
a dragon reaction?
It is kind of like a draconic reaction. Like his immediate innate desire is to take it, but he doesn't like go for it or anything like that. You just see, those of you who are highly perceptive see that that is the case. But he does, eye it up and inspect it from standing
I'll
a
move
little
closer
bit.
to him.
Okay.
I'm not giving it to him, but I will allow him a closer inspection.
And just look over it. I see. So this contains their magic.
Parts of it. My assumption is that there are more of them, but
Okay.
yes.
What else do
we've-
you know about this process of taking the magic?
Well, it would explain why the metals themselves of the cities were A, here to start with, and B, why they are innately magical.
So
I believe that it may conduct magic and then
your
send it away.
clockwork friend that you have had with you previously, he discovered this, and he's told you of this.
We were with him when this was discovered, yes.
You see.
We believe that the people who were here before left in an attempt to not give any more meat into the grinder and any more energy into the revivification that the Black Sun God wanted. Without people here to die, then there was nothing feeding it. But now that people are back, it is fueling him.
And the more people that die, the stronger he gets, and the more kind of issues we have.
And we think the communication being with Null, God of Death, that's an area that perhaps this new or old Black Sun God is trying to muscle in on.
I see. So this all sort of leads back together then, I guess. I also have some news. The the castle of Belgalore. I take it you guys didn't just spread blood all over the place while you were there?
Just gold mostly.
I wouldn't say all over the place. It was contained to a singular floor, I think.
I thought as much.
A couple of rooms in the hallway, you know.
Yes. Well, it seems that whoever orchestrated his message that you heard before leaving also orchestrated it that his death be as well as gruesome and violent as possible, as they ransacked the entire castle, destroyed things, and seemingly gutted his entire guardsmanship, including a ranger that he had on, a pretty high-ranking ranger of all that, well liked in the community. She was found headless on his bed. They did terrible things to her and to the guardsmen, and I knew it wasn't you guys, of course, but
Like other people suspect it was.
yes. Well, they don't think it was your team specifically. They think it was the elves. Whoever did this wanted to paint a picture that he was done in by horrible, horrible people, horrible, horrible creatures, and as we heard, he wanted to lay the blame on the elves. So, when I said that you had 48 hours to find a solution, I didn't realize that you actually kind of had less than that. As basically the moment that was discovered, the war was pretty much on. But now that you have, well, some proof, not completely undeniable proof, but something, we can at least use this as a chance to talk to the council and see if we can do some backtracking. At least, we can use this to give chance to a parley of sorts. I don't know why I'm speaking French. That doesn't make sense in the scanner, but anyway. Do you by chance have the ability to contact the Elven ambassador? I have been trying, but none of my methods are suitable, and I doubt that she particularly wants to talk with us over here at the moment. But if she could either talk through you or deliver a message of some sort that we could take to the council, to say as much as what you have said and to help us bring a message of peace, would that be possible?
I think we could get in contact with her. I don't know how.
Any boo-hoo?
I was thinking more immediate. We do have the ring that we can use.
Do you know the Elven ambassador?
Ailey just looks at the Riker. Just like blinks.
So, did I tell you guys that I can, basically just talk to her?
I feel like you might have left it out of any and all conversations, friend.
Because usually I do it private.
That's fair. Well, if that means that you have contact with her, then Yes, I guess we can.
So, what are you doing, Thrakus?
Guess
You
I'm
gonna attempt to contact.
praying with Jamie pray to Jamie. Like she said I should.
Okay. Well,
Haley's just gonna like stare at Thoricus. being like,
you see Thoricus pull out from the a small item that they have been hiding, which is a
I
fashioned.
totally turn around and I'm doing this trying to hide it from them.
Oh yeah, but they see it 100%. No, no.
Haley's just gonna, like,
with
walk
what's going
around
on, they're like,
and
no,
stare
no,
at
we're
you
gonna
the
see
whole
this.
way.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so
There's a small fashioned. What is it fashioned out of? It's just fashioned out of wood. I thought it was like you'd like did some bone or something. You've certainly done extra stuff to it, and you got the the bone necklace, the tooth necklace.
still. And the
Yes. Anyway, you've got. You can see that they have.
Or the wanted poster.
Yes. You see there that they've got a wooden artifact crafted out of crafted in the image of Jamie. That Thoricus is holding in their hand, and you see as they begin to close their eyes and focus on this, you see the purple magic that Jamie consistently uses sort of billow out from a space between the artifact in her hand. And it keeps going. It keeps billowing. Way more than you would have thought possible.
Haley's gonna be like, are we supposed to like kneel to the Queen of Death or something right now?
Earth is gonna hop up on the on Wakelaw's desk just to stay out of the smoke.
I'm
Yeah.
completely focused, so I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even hear
No.
Haley.
No, not even notice.
Haley's just like, oh goddess of death.
As it billows out and it sort of settles like as though it is as though it is Thoricus's shadow. That it billows and forms into their shadow where it would be cast from the window, and then it sort of detaches and takes Thoricus's shadow away with it. So Thoricus currently isn't casting a shadow on the ground, and then it just explodes out into a winged form, like a raven or corvid sort of image on the wall, and then pulls back in and solidifies into the shape of a very tall elf made out of purple smoke. And you all see, seemingly, Jamie just there in the room, standing right there.
Haley's just gonna be like, hi Jamie. Did you get all your presents? I can't remember if she'd sent you one. Was it just, did she give her the dress before she left? I can't
Yes, you
remember.
did.
Oh, she doesn't say that.
And that is where we're going to finish up for tonight. Yeah.
I wanted to hear how John reacts before we finish it. Then.
I mean, Jordan, how would you react to this whole thing?
He's gonna kind of like step back and make room for the smoke, and then just kind of watch in awe, and has probably forgotten his composure enough that he's just let his jaw drop open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my goddess is pretty cool.
Your what? What did you call her?
What?
What? Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. That has been D&D. Tomorrow on the Whānau channel, Beef King Salad will be back with more Callisto Protocol, I imagine. Wednesday we'll be back with more Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Thursday, I will not be around. So, yeah, not sure what's happening. We'll find out. Friday and Saturday, Random Guy will be back, or Random Guy's wife with more Bayonetta. And then Sunday, more Beef. Monday, hopefully I'll be able to stream. We'll see. If not, it's still going to get recorded, and we're still going to play it. So you're just not going to be able to watch. We'll have D&D, and we'll figure it out. But either way, it'll go up on. Yeah. Maybe we could do something like that. Either way, it'll end up on. It'll end up on YouTube. So go over to the YouTube Whānau VODs to catch the next episode. Yeah. Same with catching this episode, last episode, or all of those previous episodes. Most of them, anyway. Not like the earliest ones, because you don't want to watch those. Anyway, thanks everybody. We will see you all next time. Thanks Vertigo, Pyro Shadow, Mix Lenore, and Bronster for joining us. You can catch Pyro here on YouNow and Lenore over on Twitch. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.